design. It's different type of set of services, but there are other services specific to these areas like fabs, contractor, producers, and so on and so on. So we are establishing now a set of the specialized funds, which are not, say, venture in the nature, however, which are needed to create this infrastructure ecosystem around venture investments and innovative startups. And again, I believe that this is a very important role for the government-owned fund of funds, because the private investors are not very keen in going into such kind of businesses, because they don't promise too much, they are not really scalable, they are relatively modest in the expectation. That's not a venture project, right? When the venture investors invest in the projects, they expect to give $100,000 and to get Google. And if you are investing in the Vivarium, you will give the same $100,000 and you have a business which will pay you back $50,000 a year. And that's not interesting. So the government is forcing, reducing the risks and helping the private investors to go into such kind of projects. So right now we started the first fund for biotech services in this area. We are planning about 3 or 4 more funds like that in the next year. At the same time, we are doing a lot of the international project and activities, and with the main goal of attracting the expertise and competencies of the international investors to come to Russia and invest not just the capital but their experience and their background, their vision. We are working with several funds in the Silicon Valley. We have well-established relations in Israeli ecosystem. We are pretty well connected in Cambridge, UK. We are starting to work with the South Asian innovative regions, Singapore, for example. However, right now the primary focus is definitely on the Silicon Valley, and we have several projects. Actually, one very large and well-known project in which we are investing in the Valley for one of our funds. Actually, the fund is in the UK, but it's 100% owned by the Russian venture company, and it's investing into the company called Bright Source Energy. It's a Californian clean energy solar station construction, which was actually, as far as I remember, somewhere in October it was mentioned by President Obama in his speech to the nation, right, as an example of the clean tech project which is needed for American economy. Right. On the other side, we are limited partners in some of the well-known US funds, including IVP, institutional venture partners in Silicon Valley. We are in very close cooperation with DOJ. We are working with some other funds which I will not call right now because it's in the process yet. So establishing the partnership which will help us to know better the ecosystem of the well-developed innovative zone, and at the same time to make the venture capitalists of the valley to be more reasonable about approaching Russia as the source of the technologically innovative projects. And I personally think that it's a kind of a win-win situation where both sides are to get their benefits, because Russia has a very strong technical background